What's the worst part of depression? The feeling of having to fight and dig deep every day just to function like a normal human being. Loss of hope is the most insidious amongst the symptoms in my experience. If you lose hope, every aspect of life becomes moot besides maybe dulling your sufferings. That being said, depressed people often exacerbate their sufferings because at the very least it is a familiar pattern, and without hope to steer that wayward ship you're quite simply fucked. A loss of hope is nearly a loss of personhood in that it robs you of interest itself. You're alive, but only in a technical sense. A truly all-permeating apathy is equivalent to putting a life on pause, and some people never press play again. Hope is essential. It never goes away. It seems like even if you get out, it lurks in the background, waiting for its chance to return. I guess when the economy crashes because of it. The guilt. Most of the things that get you out of depression are things you need to work out alone or do for yourself. Depressed people need to be with themselves, and often they were alone to begin with, and that's how they got depressed. It takes time, and if you can't find a way to escape being alone, depression will get worse. People making you feel alone is a tough bit before you recognize it. Hey, come out and spend time with us. Can actually make you feel alone when you don't fit in. It's really hard, and I don't wish it on anyone. For me, it's just the coping with life, knowing there is no end to the suffering except death. I can't stop or drop out of life because I have a family. I have to keep going no matter what. Life is suffering. Definitely the up dog. That it will take you a long time before you realize or admit you have it. The isolation. I can't read a single other comment here because my depression is loud today, and I don't want to feel any worse about where I am, but that also means that I often don't talk about it when I have a safe space to do so. I don't seek out others who have been there, all because it just hurts too much. Sometimes talking about it when you're in it feels like poking around a stab wound, so I keep it to myself, trying not to move, as if by holding still I can pretend the wound isn't there. I think that I'm a good person. I try to be selfless and do nice things for people. I'm fairly smart and can be funny. I work a lot and try be a generally productive person. On the inside though, I'm this negative asshole of a person. The self-hate is off the charts. I feel like Patrick Bateman. We might share a funny story and maybe have something in common, but on the inside I'm just not all there. Everything is a hassle to me, even shit that I'm supposed to enjoy. Cheers. Overthinking everything, and you can't get it out of your mind, you are going to fail/royally fuck up everything, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. Feeling like my brain is rotting and being unable to think about anything. You just feel agony and sometimes can't even move, you just feel paralyzed by it. That's definitely worst part for me. The constant intrusive thoughts. Nothing better than barely being able to move just to have racing thoughts to commit unalive or use the forbidden bath bomb/s. Or suddenly remembering abusive times and being alone despite being in a loving marriage. That it likely was an asset to our evolutionary progress as a species. Often the mad and or the depressed were situated away from the general population and most likely conferred some sort of protection against infectious diseases. So, if you have a family history of it, try to see it as a good thing. Feeling shitty for feeling shitty. Not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel, to me it feels like impending doom and I'm stuck in a black hole I can't climb out of. Not being understood and toxic positivity, skull. Not enjoying all the things you used to. Lack of energy. Inability to focus. Being able to sleep all the time is pretty cool, though. Peeing in the bath water. I think other people here have covered the worst parts like lack of motivation, but I found one of the frustrating things about it is when you've made the mistake of admitting you're depressed, people want to know what you're depressed about, when in reality it's not really a thing that made you depressed, it's just that reality can exacerbate it. I'm not depressed because of my disappointment in humanity the last year or two, for example. I already was, it's just not helping my mood. It's largely biochemical, and while I am hyper-aware, things like exercise and a change of routine can help. These are some of the last things I want to do while I'm feeling it the most. I've also learned to separate how I'm feeling from how I respond to questions like "How are you?" I try to look at myself externally when answering those questions, as I'm aware I have it a lot better than a great number of people. So objectively I'm doing pretty good. I'm not feeling it though. The irrationality of it. I should be fine, I have a job I like, I have secure finances, supportive family and friends, but yet, my brain has just decided to nope out. If things were going badly I could understand it, but I can't, and that annoys me more than the symptoms. Going 24/7 to the gym. The inability to motivate yourself to even move. Like how hard to even move to the living room. It's like being dead but still alive. People get sick of hearing about it. Even I do. I hate watching myself do this, repeating the same shit over and over. I hoped maybe losing all my friends will make me gather enough courage to kill myself, but it didn't work, and in the end I still have to keep doing this shit. Everything becomes painful, even easy tasks. But people get tired of hearing about it. Guess it was meaningless to complain about being in pain. I don't know how many times that has been repeating in my head. Maybe it's to comfort myself, I dunno. There is the being depressed and happy at the same time. That sucks because I want to do more, but lack the energy. There is the utter feeling of uselessness. The feeling of not being wanted or liked. Feeling that you don't belong there, sad face, disappointed face. The emptiness of everything. Still going through it, but there was a point where nothing made me even slightly happy. I'd try to do what I love. Play guitar, write a song, play a game, watch my favorite movies. But I would feel nothing. Then feeling nothing would make me feel frustrated and scared that this might be my life now. Then that would lead to rage. On the outside my friends and family would just see me doing something normal, then suddenly fucking losing it. The drugs have really helped. Sertraline and my psychiatrist have been my savior. The giving up. Workout? Why? Who do I have to look good for? You're too broken for anyone to want anyway. Try and make a friend? They will just ghost you the moment you stop initiating contact. Don't inflict yourself on others. I'm just hanging out until I die. I don't want to die, I won't seek it out. But I just don't mind if it happens. The apathy/inertia. I know I should take a shower/do laundry/do homework/etc. But it's beyond the scope of my ability to just get off the couch at that moment. When you're depressed about feeling depressed. All of it, my guy. Every second of every day I can't think about anything except killing myself. I am completely unable to function as a human being. I am not okay. I do not feel joy. Difficulty with executive function. Simple things like choosing food from a menu felt really challenging. For me it's watching all the lists of shit, easy shit, mind you, that I need to do just pile up and look over me in disappointment. Trying to drown out the emotions with drugs or alcohol. I used to overindulge with alcohol, leading to fainting spells, hangovers, nausea, etc. It also leads to a lot of problems. I would get irritated at the smallest of things, not able to concentrate, and would crave for a drink even when I'm at work. Health-wise, it would eventually lead to cirrhosis and other issues. I do my best to not overindulge now, but it's still hard to maintain. Being depressed. Convincing yourself you don't have depression. Not being able to look after yourself. And losing friends because you can't communicate what you're going through. And then you're all alone on top of being depressed, so you feel even worse. Some people think we're just exaggerating and that we're wimps. They have no idea what it's like. Lack of appetite, because you'll always need energy. Well, at least from the morning to the evening you'll need energy to do your daily activities, so without that energy you won't be able to do it, and nutrition is the best way to get energy and strength. Without nutrition you're going to be weak. The complete numbness. Being tired. So tired all the time. I'm never awake, just conscious. It's the one symptom my meds won't help. The lack of pleasure in many enjoyable activities and the chronic feelings of emptiness. Social withdrawal becomes inevitable with these feelings lingering. Losing the sense of time, or worst, focusing so much on time that in order to take care of yourself, you have to do things that are normal for others, but is mentally hard for certain people to do, like self-care. The lack of motivation is huge, but knowing that you're dreading to do something like that just makes it that much more dreadful. Creating a positive routine is even harder too. The way everything goes silent when something happens that's going to dig you further into the pit, and the wave of numbness that it brings with it. There's nothing more lonely than the sound and feeling of being buried in silence. I fill the void with food. I self-criticize for not doing simple things, laundry, dishes, taking care of myself. So I eat. For some stupid reason it makes me feel better in that moment, which just perpetuates the thoughts of how much I don't take care of myself, and we end up right back where we started. Edit, spelling.